Why most people can't build muscle? Let's face it, building muscle isn't rocket science, but it sure feels like it for a lot of people. You hit the gym, you lift the weights, maybe even chug some protein shakes, and still, nothing really changes. Sound familiar? You're not alone. Most people fail at building muscle, not because they're lazy or genetically cursed, but because they're making some sneaky, easy-to-overlook mistakes that completely sabotage their progress. In this video, we'll be breaking down the real reasons why most people spin their wheels in the gym, and what you can do to start seeing actual results. Whether you're just starting out, or you've been training for years and feel stuck, this video is going to help clear the fog. We're diving deep into the science, the strategy, and the mindset that separates people who look like they lift from those who just lift. So if you've ever asked yourself, why am I not growing? Stick around. The answers are coming. We all know the common advice when it comes to bulking. Eat more food, gain more weight, and build more muscle. But there are two major problems with this simple strategy. The first one is that it leads to you wasting time. By that I mean building muscle and strength, but also gaining excess body fat in the process. The second issue is that most people don't follow through. They get tired of feeling bloated, sluggish, and uncomfortable. So they end up stuck in a cycle of starting over every few weeks with no results to show for their efforts. And that's not how it has to be. Let's take a step back and look at what most guys do wrong when they bulk. It boils down to three main areas: diet, training, and consistency. Now let's talk about how to fix it. When it comes to diet, most guys fall into one of two extremes when bulking. On one side, you have the "I'll eat anything" mentality. On the other side, you have the overly restrictive approach. You want to make sure you're eating enough to fuel your workouts and support muscle growth without going overboard on junk foods. The key is to find a balance between providing your body the necessary nutrients while allowing for some flexibility. Here's how to do it. First, focus on nutrient-dense foods. These are foods that pack a lot of nutrients per calorie, such as lean proteins, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These foods provide essential vitamins and minerals that support overall health and well-being. For example, you could start by adding a scoop of protein powder to every meal. This is an easy way to boost your protein intake, without adding a ton of extra calories. Next, don't forget about healthy fats. These fats are important for hormone production and can help you feel full and satisfied after meals. Some great options include avocados, nuts and seeds, and finally, don't be afraid of carbs. Carbs are an important source of energy, especially for high-intensity workouts. Just make sure you choose complex carbs like sweet potatoes and brown rice, instead of refined carbs like white bread and pasta. One simple way to make sure you're hitting your targets is by using a food tracking app. This way you can monitor your macronutrients and ensure you're getting enough of each to support your goals. Let's talk training. Many guys make the mistake of not adjusting their workout routine when they start bulking. To prevent muscle imbalances and potential injuries, it's crucial to gradually increase the demands placed on your body. Here's how to do it. First, focus on progressive overload. This means gradually increasing the weight, reps, or intensity of your workouts over time. By progressively overloading your muscles, you'll send anabolic signals and promote muscle growth. Second, prioritize compound exercises. These exercises target multiple muscle groups at once and are very efficient for building muscle. Start your workouts with heavy compound lifts like squats, deadlifts, and bench press. And third, don't neglect your lower body. It's common for people to focus solely on upper body exercises when bulking, but that can lead to muscle imbalances. Make sure you dedicate sufficient time and effort to working out your lower body as well. By implementing these strategies, you can create a well-rounded workout routine that supports muscle growth and prevents imbalances. Remember to track your workouts and make adjustments as needed. Over time, this will lead to better results and a safer bulking experience. Finally, let's discuss consistency. Many guys struggle to stay consistent with their diet and training during the bulking phase. This can lead to setbacks and hinder their progress. Here are some tips to help you stay consistent. First, set realistic goals. Don't try to change your entire diet overnight. Instead, set small, achievable goals that you can build on over time. For example, start by adding one extra meal to your day and gradually increase from there. Second, Find an accountability partner. Having someone to check in with regularly can help keep you motivated and on track. You can share your progress and challenges with each other and stay accountable. And third, reward your consistency. When you reach a milestone or complete a challenging week, reward yourself with something you enjoy. But make sure the reward doesn't sabotage your progress. Choose something like a new workout outfit, a massage, or an experience, rather than junk food or excessive spending. By staying consistent with your diet and training, you'll be able to build muscle effectively without wasting time or derailing your progress. So there you have it. Those are the top tips for fixing the 3 main issues most guys face when bulking: diet, training, and consistency. By addressing these areas, you can set yourself up for success and achieve your bulking goals without the common pitfalls. Remember to prioritize nutrient-dense foods and a balanced approach to nutrition. Focus on progressive overload and compound exercises in your workout routine. And most importantly, stay consistent by setting realistic goals. Finding an accountability partner and rewarding your progress. Don't forget to hit the like button if you found this helpful and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching. There's no one reason that you're not gaining muscle. Instead, there are 3 main things that get in the way, and most of us deal with at least one of them. Today we go through each one so you can finally get the results that you've been after. Let's dive in. I'm here, your friendly fitness guide. Alright, now it's time to get real. There are 3 main areas where people get stuck, and I promise, this applies to almost everyone who's struggling to build muscle. 1. Training. Doing too much, or the wrong stuff. If you're not seeing the results that you want, it's easy to think that more is the answer. So you add more supplements, more workout routines, more exercises, more sessions. But here's the truth. Muscle growth is about quality, not quantity. What matters is progressive overload, basically lifting a bit more weight or doing a bit more work over time. When you focus on adding just a little bit more each workout, your body has to adapt and get stronger. And yes, this means pushing yourself to the limit, but not every single set. Your goal should be to leave a little bit of room to keep progressing, to keep getting stronger. What doesn't matter? Endless sets, extreme soreness, spending hours in the gym. What works? Compound lifts, squats, deadlifts, bench, overhead press. These should make up the majority of your sessions. Aim for 3 to 5 sessions per week. Focused intensity. Leave those random drop sets and super slow reps for the pros. You don't have to wing it. Pick a weight load and stick to it, only varying based on your progress and how you feel. And crucially, track your lifts. Don't rely on your memory. Write it down or use an app. Knowing exactly what you did last time will help you push harder and smarter next time. 2. Nutrition. Undereating without even realizing it. You might think you're eating enough, but are you really? Building muscle requires a calorie surplus, which means eating more food than your body needs to maintain itself. Otherwise, you'll never have the energy to build anything. And yes, you still need protein, lots of it. Think 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, but don't neglect the other macros. Carbs and fats are important too. What works? Track your intake. At the very least, eat in a calorie surplus for just a week to see what it feels like. This will give you a good idea of how many calories you need to aim for. Eat calorie-dense foods. This doesn't mean junk food. Foods like rice, oats, peanut butter, and red meat have a lot of calories packed in. They're easier to overeat without even realizing it. And remember, more frequent meals can help you hit your targets spread throughout the day. Having 3 or 4 solid meals can make hitting your numbers much easier than trying to stuff everything into 2 or 3 meals. 3. Recovery, the most ignored piece of the puzzle. Here's the hard truth. If your recovery sucks, you won't build any muscle. No matter how hard you train or how much protein you eat, your body needs time to repair and rebuild those muscles after you put them through the ringer. And recovery isn't just about getting enough sleep, although that's important. It's also about managing stress and taking time to let your body fully reset. What works? 7 to 9 hours of real sleep, not just any sleep. Quality matters. Try to avoid screen time or stressful tasks before bed. Manage stress. Easier said than done, but finding healthy ways to manage stress can drastically improve your recovery. This can be through meditation, yoga, spending time in nature, or whatever helps you unwind. Don't train to failure every single set. Failure is a great tool, but overuse it and you'll sacrifice recovery for results. Take deload weeks every 6 to 8 weeks. Deload weeks are crucial. They allow your body to rest, recover, and rebuild, setting you up for more gains in the long run. This could be a week where you reduce your training volume by 50% or more. Quick recap. All right, now that you know what really matters, let's quickly recap. Make sure to take notes. These tips are going to help you reach your goals faster, so listen up. Check your training. Is it focused, intense, and progressive? Is it balanced between all the major muscle groups? If not, it's time to adjust. Check your nutrition. Are you eating enough in a calorie surplus? Are you hitting your protein goals? If not, it's time to refuel your body better. And check your recovery. Are you getting quality sleep? Managing your stress and taking time to fully rest? If not, it's time to prioritize recovery. Remember, muscle growth is a marathon, not a sprint. Focus on the fundamentals. Be patient, and most importantly, enjoy the process. If you enjoyed this video, tap that like button and follow for more expert guidance. Thanks for watching, and remember, you're just a few good decisions away from a better body and a better life. See you next time. You don't need a magic pill or a secret workout. You need a smart plan. And today I want to show you exactly what that looks like. Welcome to the final part of our series, what a real bulking phase looks like. If you haven't seen parts 1 and 2 yet, I highly recommend checking them out so you can understand the full picture. Part 1 covers the science of bulking, debunking common myths. And Part 2 goes in depth on the how-to of creating your own plan. But if you're already here, then let's keep going. So we've covered the theory. Now, let's dive into the practice. We're going to walk through 2 real-life scenarios. One where someone did everything wrong, and one where they followed a smart plan and saw serious progress. Example 1. The dirty bulk disaster. Meet Jake. He's 21. Just started lifting, and he wants to get jacked fast. He decides to eat everything in sight. Burgers, pizza, sodas, and donuts. He's training 6 days a week, hitting arms every day, barely sleeping 5 hours a night. And he thinks more gym equals more gains. After 4 months, Jake gained 20 pounds. But 17 of them were pure fat. He's tired, bloated, and still doesn't look muscular. No nutrition strategy, just stuffing junk. No structure in training, just volume overload. Zero recovery. Not enough sleep or rest days. Some might say, hey, at least he gained weight. Well, not exactly. It's like saying, I randomly threw spaghetti against the wall and some of it stuck. Mission accomplished. Yeah, not how to build muscle. Look, gaining weight isn't the goal. Building muscle is. And you can't achieve one without managing your body composition. All the weight Jake gained was fat. And this is a common pitfall. When you eat more food, especially highly processed foods, your body will store excess energy as fat. Sure, you might gain some muscle, but you'll also gain a lot of fat. Not exactly the goal. Training 6 days a week without a plan is like running without a map or a destination. You're just spinning your wheels. Remember, overtraining is real. It can lead to burnout, injury, and poor performance. Example 2. The clean, strategic bulk. Now meet Chris, same age. But he takes a smarter approach. He trains 4 times a week. He tracks his lifts. He adds weight gradually and focuses on form. His meals are consistent. High protein, high carb, clean fats, stuff like chicken, rice, eggs, potatoes, olive oil. He's sleeping 8 hours, hydrating, taking 1 full rest day a week. After 4 months, he gains 12 pounds, and 9 of them are lean muscle. His arms are visibly bigger. He's stronger. The shirts are tighter around the chest. He feels amazing. Chris didn't just wing it. He had a plan based on proven principles. He trained hard, but not too much. He ate clean, enough protein, and tracked his progress. This isn't luck, it's smart bulking. Let us quickly revisit the key takeaways from parts 1 and 2 and see how Chris put them into practice. 1. Don't just stuff yourself with food. Focus on nutrient-dense, unprocessed foods. Chris chose lean protein, complex carbs, and healthy fats. 2. Train with intensity, but take recovery seriously. 4 workouts a week with 1 rest day, plus 8 hours of sleep, 3. Progress gradually. Add weight to your lifts and track your meals. Small, consistent steps lead to big results. 4. Be patient and persistent. Building muscle takes time. Stay committed to your plan and trust the process. Building muscle isn't about random acts of eating more, lifting heavier, and hoping for the best. It's about understanding your body's needs and providing it with the right fuel, exercise, and rest. In short, it's about treating your body like the temple it is, because that's the only temple you've got. Remember, you don't need a magic pill or a secret workout. You need a smart plan. Now you know what that looks like. All right, let's wrap this up. You just walked through the complete roadmap to building real muscle the smart way. From understanding what a proper bulk actually means, to avoiding the common traps that sabotage progress, to breaking down the numbers, and showing real-life examples that prove this stuff works. So, to recap real quick, the goal of a bulk is simple. Eat more food than you burn, and track that closely enough to know you re-hitting your targets. That means hitting protein targets, calorie targets, and macro targets. And when you do that, you should be gaining weight. That's how you know you're in a caloric surplus. If you're not hitting those targets, you won't build muscle effectively, and you'll probably lose the motivation to keep going. So if you want to get bigger, stronger muscles, you have to do things right the first time. When you eat more food, your body will store the extra energy as glycogen. It's a form of stored carbohydrate. And every gram of glycogen can hold up to 3 grams of water. So for example, if you consume an additional 300 grams of carbohydrates, you could potentially gain 900 grams or 2 pounds of water weight. But also realize that you'll be gaining real muscle as well. How much muscle, you ask? Well, that depends on many factors, including genetics, training experience, and how efficiently you use the extra calories to build muscle. But assuming you do everything right, you can expect to gain around 1 to 2 pounds of muscle per month. Now, the reason why I said it depends on genetics and training experience is because some people retain more water weight than others. For example, someone who's more insulin resistant might retain more water weight as glycogen. Someone who's a beginner might retain more water weight as their body adapts to resistance training. And someone who has more muscle mass already might not see as much water weight gain because their body has less space to store glycogen. Also, some people might not see water weight increase because they sweat a lot. But the key takeaway here is that if you aren't gaining any weight during a bulk, you aren't in a caloric surplus. And if you aren't in a caloric surplus, you won't build muscle effectively. The second most important thing to remember is that bulking isn't just about eating more. It's about eating the right foods in the right amounts at the right times. The best approach is to set a weekly calorie target and then spread that out evenly across meals and snacks throughout the day. This helps maintain stable blood sugar levels and provides your body with a steady supply of energy to support muscle growth. So make sure you're getting enough protein, carbs, and fats to fuel your workouts and recovery. Don't neglect any of them because they all play a crucial role in building muscle. Third, sleep is critical during a bulk. When you sleep, your body releases essential hormones like testosterone and human growth hormone, jade in muscle repair and growth. Also, your metabolism slows down when you're asleep, which conserves energy and helps you recover from your workouts. So aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night to support optimal muscle growth during your bulk. Fourth, stop overthinking it. Building muscle isn't as complicated as some people make it out to be. Yes, you should track your food, but even roughly. Yes, you should dial in your training and focus on progressive overload, but don't waste time doing endless sets and exercises. And yes, you should sleep well and reduce stress, but don't go to extremes to try to force sleep. Just focus on doing these 5 simple things consistently and give your body the time it needs to adapt and grow. Muscle growth takes time. There are no shortcuts. So stop looking for quick fixes and start focusing on the fundamentals. Just remember, train smart, eat with purpose, and grow like a beast. Alright, that's it. If you got value from this video, show some love by hitting that like button. It tells the platform this was worth watching. Smash subscribe so you never miss a drop of knowledge. Comment below. What's the biggest mistake you made when trying to bulk? Or what are you struggling with right now? And finally, tag a friend who needs to hear this message. Look out for new videos dropping soon. I'll catch you in the next one.